What's going on, guys? Mike here again. Today I'm just going to do a quick update on HEXMAX specifically, and just to give you a couple of thoughts of mine, as it's been about a week since I started this journey where I staked 5 million HEX through the original Richard Hart contract, and then I took another 5 million HEX and I'm using it to experiment with HEXMAX. Now, if you don't know, when you do, for those that are new to HEXMAX, what I took me a little while to realize is that when you are staking through HEXMAX, you're still staking through the original Richard Hart contract. However, you get the added benefits of additional revenue streams. So what I wanted to do is to compare HEXMAX versus the traditional staking and to see which one is producing more. Now, guys, without a doubt, I don't have to wait 100 days to realize this, but I mean, the rewards on HEXMAX have been amazing. To put things in perspective, let's go down to the original stake, okay? So far, I've earned about 8,000, call it 8,000 HEX through, that's how much I've accumulated through the original Richard Hart contract with that 5 million minus the fees, all right? So 8,000 HEX. If you look to see, right now, every couple of days, I'll stake a few, right? So the rewards that I'm getting on HEXMAX, I'm staking a few. So like, for example, I think I staked 4,700 HEX here, and then I staked another 33,000 HEX, and I'm keeping it within that 100-day experiment. So that's when the stakes expire. And then if you scroll up, though, right now, what I'm going to do today is I have around 27,000, call it like 25,000 after that 10% fee, and then additional, call it 9,000 HEX that I could stake right now. So while I continue to talk, let me get the process started with getting this stake ready. So I'm just gonna roll it over. So these are the rewards. Wow, gas is quite high. All right, so it looks like 59 cents. So yeah, what I was saying is, without a doubt, HEXMAX definitely is producing some serious cash flow. So these are my thoughts. All right. So those that are thinking about HEXMAX, I will say that HEXMAX is the way to go if you're planning to hold HEX for a long-term duration. When I say long-term, I think about a year or more. Just because I do think it's going to take a while for me to recoup that 20% or I guess 10% now fee, and then that 10% when I exit. So that 20% fee, I have to at least break even with that to start producing. But the cash flow is so lucrative with this, with HEX in the form of rewards, that it's worth the expense. So how I'm framing this, and I said this in another video, but how I'm currently framing this is simply, you think of that 20% fee, that 10% entry and 10% exit fee, as the fee to get access to that cash flow, which in this case is very lucrative. Because guys, once I'm telling you, assuming, and this is assuming that HEX does well as it gains adoption, not HEXMAX, but HEX as an idea and a project and a protocol, a smart contract. As that gets more adoption, then HEXMAX is just gonna crush it, because it's hard to beat these types of returns. But that none of that matters if HEX price doesn't either hold or go up in value. And I do think it will go up, but it's just nice to hold. So bottom line, if you guys are planning to, I would kind of view this as just a high yield savings account. So use HEX as HEXMAX as an umbrella that will give you higher cash flow. So that's my take on it. It is going to take a while to break even. I'm still quite a ways off, but man, once it does break even, and oh boy, it's going to be very lucrative. So if the price keeps going up, the HEX price keeps going up, these dividends are going to be very lucrative to live off of. So yeah, we'll see. But all right, so I just staked it. And guys, I'm sorry, I didn't stake, I just rolled it. So now let's go ahead and stake it. So I'm going to stake the entire amount, this 34,000 hex. I'm going to do it for 92 days because that puts it at, the experiment ends on August 17th. So I wanted to keep everything to stay on August 17th for this experiment. But I might as well actually, I don't want to take it out as dividends. I want to actually, reinvest it. Eventually I'll start, taking out dividends and taking out profits. But for now, I'd rather just reinvest, show you guys how it works. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm excited about HEXMAX. It's growing. I constantly keep tabs on the total player count, the addresses, 775 addresses. And yeah, guys, comment down below your thoughts. How have you been enjoying HEXMAX or HEX? If maybe HEXMAX isn't your thing, or you've tried it, aren't a fan of it, let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.